What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry there's no camera on today. For whatever reason, it's not working today. Technology isn't acting right. Couldn't tell you why. For whatever reason, it always seems like this happens with my setup. OBS and my camera always end up glitching out at some point. So today is really starting a bit rough. I got caught in the wrong side of a move with HTBX. So already down 6,500 bucks a day. So pretty much all the money I won yesterday has already been given away today. This morning by getting caught in the wrong side of a move with HTBX and essentially getting squeezed up in this move on a short. So basically we're shorting this move to break down and it squeezed up. Now, it is what it is. In a typical day, that would have went down. Today was a day where it went up. Don't really actually know why it went up. I mean, it's a garbage stock. They recently went through a reverse split. They have news about COVID today, but only 2 hit pieces. Doesn't seem all that great to me. So clearly didn't understand the move fully and got taken out for 6,500 bucks today. So all the money I won yesterday has all been given back. So that kind of sucks. So not really going to try to aim to go green on the day at this point. Just going to keep my composure, do what I normally do, and just try to claw away at it, being responsible. So let's get into today's watch list. So first of which is going to be HTBX. So this is a stock that recently went through a reverse split. Whenever a penny stock goes through reverse split, it's generally not a good thing. So that's why I was actively bearish on it. It's like, why is this actually going up? It's a reverse split. Usually they're going to go down. So anyways, that being said, this is a stock that I'm going to continuously watch actively short bias today as well. We're up in the kind of higher side of the trend today. So we'll keep it on watch. I've seen it squeeze continuously, so I'm not going to be super haste or, very quick to get in short. I really got to watch this and make sure that what I'm doing makes sense to be short on it. So HTBX is definitely one of them. By looking at the daily chart, you're going to see it's way overbought over the 3 deviation mark. So right now, target on the downside is back to $4 for the time being. So going to remain actively kind of short bias on that for pretty much all day right now. A couple stocks that people are watching are SIOX. This is a stock pre-market that was making some moves. It's been rejecting its long-term resistance right at 418. So unless the price actually gets back up over 418, you shouldn't see a big squeeze. You may be able to see a bounce down here from like 370s back towards 420, but unless you get over 420, you're not really breaking out of the long-term trending resistance mark. So SIOX, long bias, has to break over the 420 mark. If you pay any attention to Bitcoin and things like that, then something like Riot and MARA have been moving very well over the past couple days and obviously the past month, 2 months, because Bitcoin's going up. So as long as Bitcoin continues to perform well, you're most likely going to see MARA and Riot continue to perform pretty well. So those are a couple that people are definitely watching today. So I'd recommend, if you want to be, maybe a little long bias, keep an eye on a stock like MARA or Riot for the time being. Now, one of our picks today is going to be SNOW. So Snow has been selling off really harsh from the highs. We just started bouncing yesterday. We picked these bottom targets as the dip buy yesterday for our premium members. So a couple people took the trades down here off the 304 and they're in. Now, what we're going to be looking for today is a continuation off that long. With maybe a target back up somewhere to 351. Now it might not go to 351, it might take a couple days, but we do feel we're on a little bit of a bounce move with Snow, and you're probably going to see the prices back up towards the 9 moving average to your 4-hour half deviation mark, which is at 350 bucks. So again, for the time being right now, we're just kind of watching, but we think Snow is going to be pushing up more towards like 352 here in the near term future. All right, next thing that I do want to talk about is PayPal and Apple. So our swing trades on PayPal and Apple have been working pretty well here. So if you look at PayPal, it hasn't really ripped, but we're still sitting just below our 4-hour trending resistance. You can see that diagonal line in there. So if in the event we can get PayPal up and through 223, it should turn into a pretty good move overall. So right now we've been swing long PayPal for a couple weeks. We got this nice jump up, and really we're just looking to get through the targets of 224 so we can maybe start pressing that move up more towards, maybe the 250, yeah, 250 price. So currently in long swing 200 shares, up 188 bucks on it today. So again, over 224, we think the price of PayPal can really start to take off a little bit. All right, next one on the watch list, or that we're following, is Apple, AAPL. If you guys stay tuned in our channel, you will know that we recommended this as a swing long. We are currently up about $940 on the play. We have a target of 131. Currently, the price of Apple is fighting this previous resistance top. So you can see this price action resistance top here on Apple at like 127. That's sort of the high that it's fighting right now and why we're pulling back. So a lot of the market is seeing this as resistance, but we have a pretty strong idea that this is going to end up running up to about $131 overall. So we're going to keep close tabs on AAPL, especially today since we're in swing long, but we do think we could see prices up closer to 131.73 overall. So keeping close eyes on Apple today as well. SNOW, HTBX, and then any other penny stocks that happen to pop up on our scanner throughout the day. Of course, we're going to keep close eyes on as well. Now, what we'll do here is just run through the S&P 500 real quick and then the NASDAQ. As you guys would know if you keep in tune with the channel, we said that we were probably going to go through a dip and then move back up higher. So we have been doing that. The question is, can we get back up through the all-time high? I think it's possible. I still think the market's overvalued, but that doesn't mean that the momentum can't continue up for us. So essentially, we could still be looking at price targets of 400 on this market if we successfully get through this all-time high zone and really start breaking up. We could also suggest we have targets of about 400 right now. But first target before 400 would be 378. So that's where we kind of think the market's going, is about 380. And then we'll see some sort of resistance off that 380 mark with SPY for the time being. Now, if we take a look at NDX, or it's actually QQQ, sorry. So again, if you look at the Qs, it's pretty much the same exact thing. We have targets up to 335 on the NASDAQ, which we think are, pretty good chance of hitting. So for the time being, we aren't really doing much on the market other than just waiting to see if we can press up to these high points. Once we start to get up here, that would be where you would start to think that we're going to go through some sort of correction pullback. So for the time being, we're not at really a low risk short or selling point, and we're not really at a low risk long we're really just kind of trading at the average price on most of the indexes for right now. So until we start breaking up towards 370 on the S&P 500 and towards 335 on the NASDAQ, we're not really overbought in that immediate time frame. So we still think there's room for the markets to essentially go higher. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's your morning breakdown. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Sorry that the camera wasn't working. I really have no clue, so it looks like I got some extra work to figure out today. So with that being said, guys, everybody take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one.